Welcome back, everyone, and if you're new here, we're glad you found us. We know you usually see a lot of highlight reels on social media, and we're guilty of doing the same. But sometimes it's just not glamorous, especially when trying to make it to the Bahamas in the winter as fast as we can. So we just wanted to share a little bit of what some real days can look like out on the water. What an insanely beautiful morning it is. It is nice fog on top of the water and a beautiful sunrise happening right in front of us. And it's super calm. Just nice when we have these kind of mornings. But I think we're gonna stick on the ICW today. Give our engines hopefully a little bit of a break in the ICW, just in case we need to get them checked out anywhere before we make it all the way to Charleston. But we're pushing all the way to Charleston today, so hopefully there's no issues. And we can enjoy this beautiful day so far. Sailboat disappearing into the fog. It's a race against time today. We have a 50 nautical mile movement, and this is the same route last year or last season that we got stuck at the bridge right before the Charleston opening for 2 hours. So as of right now, it doesn't look like we're gonna make it, but just because we have a strong current pushing against us. So we'll see. Our ETA right now is 4:02. Last bridge opening is 4 o'clock, and it doesn't open again until 6 p.m. So it's going to be a close one. We'll see. Got lots of obstacles out here this morning, already past the log. There's some normal pelicans, and right there is a group of what looks like white pelicans. I don't think I've ever seen those before, so if anybody knows what they are, let me know.
Hi!
Oh, they're all behind us.
I'm gonna go check Oh, I'm gonna play. Hold on. Do you see him?
Off the right. Oh, in front. There's one off the right and one right at the front somewhere. Oh.
I should FaceTime the family group chat.
Yeah. Oh, here he is.
We made it to the bridge on time, guys. Not a repeat of last year. And everyone is happy about not sitting here for 2 hours. Especially because today was really shallow. I don't know if Keenan got a lot of footage of that.
I did not.
But
I mean, you can tell
hey,
on the
you're
bank.
getting really close to him.
Yeah, you can tell on the bank just how shallow it is.
Yeah, today was really shallow, so we had to pay attention quite a bit because this kept dropping to like 5, which is kind of stressful.
Scary though. It'd get below 5.
Yeah.
I think it was wrong a few times because it was like 3.5 at some point. So I was like,
Yeah, that's crazy. But we didn't hit the ground.
Yeah, we did not touch.
Woohoo!
I think it's just extremely low tide right
Which
now.
we don't remember this from last year when we were here.
I mean, you can see it's sitting on the ground over there right
Yeah.
now. And you can see how much higher it goes with the poles over there.
Yeah.
Ben Sawyer Bridge, this is Sailing Vessel Splash House. Thank you for the opening and enjoy the rest of your day. Over.
Sir, why are you leaving?
Where you going? We right here. We right here, big dog.
Sir?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it.
Bye.
Okay, we made it through the bridge that always gets us, or got us last season, with no problem. But our friends aren't in town, so we're gonna keep heading south and just try and make up some ground. So we're crossing through the Charleston Bay area currently, and the next bridge opens at 3:30. Our ETA currently is 3:35, so fingers crossed we make it to this one. If not, it doesn't open again until 7, and we'll just have to anchor a little bit closer to that bridge than we would on the other side of it. But either way, we made a little extra ground today, so good day overall, but it's starting to get ugly out again. And I think tomorrow is gonna rain all day. Oh man, we wish we were staying in Charleston, but we gotta keep moving if we're not gonna see friends. We might as well make some more headway and spend time in some other areas we want to see, like Savannah, Georgia this year, which we haven't been to. Just spoke with the bridge operator. Our ETA is 3:31. Their last opening is at 3:30, and then the next one would be 7 p.m. So they said if we can get there by 3:31, they'd open it. So if not, they're gonna have to close it on us. We'll see. Fingers crossed. It's gotta be close. It's currently 5:24. That's the bridge we're going to. Our ETA is 3:31. We made it! Let's go!
Let's go! Dug out snacks out of my camera bag,
on the boat.
and I asked him when it expired, and it's April 11th, 2025. Tell me the date.
You can't have...
What's the date?
The date? 4th of December.
Yeah. And he was like, I'll give you half. First of all, he found it out of my camera bag. And then I said, when did it expire? Like, yeah. Guys...
Desperation takes over on the boat.
No, it doesn't. Just drink some water.
I am.
How many steps do you get today?
I don't know.
Why don't you know?
My watch is dang.
I got like 2,500. Slay. Jesus, okay.
We're not going anywhere, honey.
I mean, the whole house is
all right,
going.
let's go. We're making our way from just west of Charleston is where we anchored last night, so we're heading out from there this morning, going down to Beaufort. We're not sure if we're gonna make it all the way to Beaufort, but that's the plan. It is a beautifully gross, nasty day out. It is gonna be pouring all day for like the next 3 days straight. But we did just pass a trawler who has no no bimini or anything, and they were out in the rain, and I feel really bad for them, so it can always be worse. The one benefit to all this rain is the tide is really high and we don't have to worry about running aground. And also the boat's getting clean, I guess. So that's nice. Too cold to take a shower in it though. It is crazy how much the tide is up today compared to yesterday with all this rain and just naturally the tide going up. But those markers are usually well above us when we're riding through the ICW, and now it's sitting below us. It's crazy. It's saying the tide is up 8 feet compared to yesterday, which is pretty wild.
Most fun day today. It is rainy, and that's like the forecast for the rest of the week, so being at the helm really isn't that fun, and I need to pay attention. Thankfully the tide is really high, which is the exact opposite of yesterday, which was, sorry, just making sure I don't hit any crab pots, which yesterday it was such a low tide. Hopefully Keenan showed you some videos of that, but it's a little bit more chill.
Honey, come inside, girl. Honey, you're soaking wet, girl.
All right, still on my shift, and the rain is really coming down. It's not that fun being out here. Honey was out here, but she just got soaking wet, so we just forced her to go inside. She just really likes to be at the helm and watch all the birds and, you know, be in the fresh air, but the weather is just not good enough for it. So she's inside with Keenan right now. Funny enough, our chart plotter here routed us a certain way, but Navionics didn't, and I think it's because it's too shallow. Today, I mean, it's been raining all day, and it's been higher than it's been marked on the chart plotter the whole time. Like right now it says we should be in 10 feet and we're in 14. So the depth has been higher than it said, but it's still not worth the risk since Navionics didn't push us that way. We'd rather just go this way and play it safe, although it's going to take us a little bit longer. We're going to Beaufort today. So yeah, it's been pretty chill. The weather is not looking good. You know, this whole week, unfortunately. Like even Charleston, we wanted to stay and hang out in Charleston, but it doesn't really make sense to stay anywhere right now because who wants to like ride the dinghy in the pouring rain. Speaking of, I do think the plug is ignoring me, and with the amount it's been raining, I'm sure that's very filled up, so we need to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard to want to explore any place right now because the weather's just not good enough. So we're just chugging through. So anyways, going around that little shortcut, not sure if it would actually be a shortcut or if we just run aground. So skipping that stress today, and now I'm just bummed because my chart plotter doesn't have a magenta line. Thankfully it's deep enough I'm not too stressed about it, but you know, they always say stay on the pink line, and I have no pink line. Hope you guys are staying dry, and the Bahamas cannot get here soon enough, you know? Yep, I checked it out, and it is filling up. Let me show you. Definitely got to do that, but that feels like something that I'm gonna ask Keenan to do. We left the plug on in the dinghy, so water's collecting. Yeah, so we'll have to do that when he gets back out here, but you know, just another day on the water. I do not remember it being this rainy last year, so I feel like this is our rainiest week ever on the boat.
This is one of the hard parts about sailing, is especially on the ICW, you have no real escape when it's weather like this, and you're living in a pretty small space. so you gotta be creative with things to do while you're underway. Obviously, we can't go outside of the cockpit because it's pouring down rain, so we have to work on editing, reading, working on boat projects, finding something to keep our mind occupied, like little things we can't even work out because it's too small of a space inside to really work out. You can do a few things, but not a lot. So it's days like this when the rain doesn't stop for a few days in a row, where it can get a little boring or mundane, and you just got to find ways to keep yourself occupied until those sunny days come around. And for me, I'm not somebody who really likes to be cooped up inside of a small space for long, unless it's, you know, I have the ability to sit there and binge a whole bunch of Netflix or something, but we have too much to do to be able to do something like that before getting to the Bahamas. So Cass is definitely trying to keep me occupied and finding things to do to stay busy. She said we left the plug to the dinghy in, so it's collecting water with all this rain we've been having, so I'm gonna go undo that now. Time to get wet. Right, that should take care of all the water that's in the dinghy. Keeps collecting and draining out, so hopefully we'll have a dry dinghy once it stops raining in the next couple of days. It's days like today too where you got to rely heavily on your navigation equipment to get you through certain areas, since we can't see all that well. We probably have a few hundred feet of visibility in front of us, and then it's just nasty foggy out there. Hasn't been like that all day, but has within the past hour or so. But we're getting close to our destination, so not too much farther to go. Only about 10 nautical miles. There's so many dolphins out, but I keep missing them. I can't catch them good enough to show you guys. I'm guessing there's a bunch of fish coming through this inlet right now, and they're all feeding, but they don't stay up long enough at the surface for me to really catch them, and they're not coming over to play on the boat today. Spoke too soon. We were doing great on time. I mean, we were getting the current pushing us like 2 extra knots, so we were doing 8-9 knots most of the trip, and we just rounded to push up into Beaufort, and now we're getting 2 knots pushed against us, so our ETA has dropped 2 hours. Hopefully when we round the bend up here, the current starts pushing back in our direction in our favor.
Honey.
On days like today, I try and do a little bit more time at the helm. That way it gives Cassidy some extra time that she can focus on editing, especially knocking out some wedding films before we spend time in the Bahamas. That way she's not stressed about editing in the Bahamas, and then we can just focus on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. I don't mind being at the helm too much, so yeah, it gives her a little bit of time to work on that stuff, and then I'll just figure out editing YouTube whenever I can at nighttime or something. So those are also your arch nemesis out here in the ICW, especially on rainy days like today and you can't see out your isinglass. You just gotta stick your face out every once in a while and suck it up, get wet, and find the crab pots. It's the afternoon now, and this is what those mile markers typically look like when we're on the ICW, now that it's dropped another 8 feet since this morning. Since I discovered last season that I can't keep a phone from drowning, why not get a waterproof phone case, right? I'm sure this will affect video quality and sound when I have phone calls, but figure we'll test it out, see if it's okay at all. The one that we got said it had okay reviews for phone calls, but more concern on video quality for you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and set this thing up. So it looks like it comes with cleaning cloth, a little lanyard that you can put it on, and then some instructions for putting it all together, because it does say you should do a water test to make sure it's waterproof before putting your phone into it, which I guess makes sense. Okay, it says ensure the plug of the charging port is fully closed. Open the case and check the rubber ring seal is clean and not damaged. Looks good to me. All right, seal the upper and bottom parts by pressing them together on each side of the case. Just making sure all the edges are pushed together so that it creates that seal. It looks like it's doing a pretty good job. Okay. Now it says we should submerge this in at least 20 centimeters of water for 5 minutes with the help of a heavy object to weight it down, and check that there's no bubbles on the surface once it goes down. After 5 minutes, remove the case from the water, open it, and check carefully the interior is dry. And then we'll clean it and then put the phone inside. Use the old trusty 5-gallon bucket, put her in there, check back in 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, let's check on the progress. Thank you, Tide. Doesn't look like there's any water trapped inside the phone case. Pry this thing off. Actually looks like it worked. Let's get the phone plugged in. And apparently if you open up the port at the bottom, that's what gives better sound quality when you're making phone calls. So all you have to do is just pop that open, and then, yeah, the phone will sound a lot better. So we'll test that out for video quality as well as phone calls later on, just to ensure it's good enough. I'm actually gonna let this thing air out just to ensure there's no water trapped inside before I put the phone back in. It's been a little bit and it's all dried off now. Let's go ahead and put the phone in here. Okay, just gotta seal it back up. And you can't just press it on. I don't know if you can see it very well, but just pressing it on doesn't actually seal it. You have a little crack in here that you gotta make sure you put your finger all the way down the side and make sure it matches up. And just maybe this will save my phone this time. Well, let's hope we don't drop it in the water at all. All the buttons and everything are working. We can take this plastic seal off. Ooh, satisfying, satisfying. Cassidy would be impressed I took that off already and didn't keep it on for a full year. And I think it also comes with a kickstand that you can put on here too, with a little seal on the back, so you can just throw it on there and then you'd be able to kickstand your phone if you want, but I don't really do that much. All right, looks good. Oh, there's our most recent vlog. You should go watch it if you haven't. Episode 2 of the Vlogmas series. Good job, Cass, you're crushing it. Okay, I'm also gonna do a test call real quick to Cassidy. She's inside the boat, and see what the quality sounds like. Hey, you answered. I'm checking the quality of the waterproof phone. It sounds okay. Okay, let me do a test when I close it and see. Is there much of a difference when I do that? No, it's still okay. Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Okay, excuse the morning hairdo, but today is our last day before we take a couple days rest maybe in Savannah, Georgia, depending on the weather and if we can get off the boat there. We have a 44 nautical mile movement today. Should be roughly 7 hours, 7.5 hours. So yeah, not too bad of a movement for the last day, and then we'll get off the boat and go explore. We're passing by Beaufort, South Carolina this morning, home of those delicious tacos that Cassidy and I got last season. But we're not gonna stop just because it's ugly again. Tomorrow is looking like it's just gonna be cloudy, so maybe if we get to Savannah, Georgia today, which is looking like we will, we can get off the boat and go explore Savannah, Georgia, which is the one place we wanted to explore this season since we haven't been. And then after that, we'll push our way down to Florida after getting a couple days rest there. And then before we know it, it'll be Christmas time, New Year's, film our last wedding of the season, and then off to the Bahamas with my parents. It's gonna be fun. I've been telling Cassidy since we got a few little pieces of artwork this season from her parents, and then we got one when we were in Mallorca, that we should do like a little art wall on our boat on the guest cabin side. So I think that might be something we do today. I think it'll be fun and just add a little bit of uniqueness to the boat, a little bit of decoration inside there. Bye, Buford. Wish we could stay. Okay, Cassidy just finished her 2-hour shift. I had a nice little break where I was able to make some breakfast. I've been doing about a half or 3/4 cup of egg whites and 2 eggs with 2 pieces of avocado toast on Dave's bread, and then normally a banana on the side and a protein bar. But I didn't have a banana this morning because we ran out. And I know bananas are bad luck on a boat, blah, 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 but they're amazing and I can't live without them. So now I'm back on my shift. We have about 2.5, 3 hours left to get into Savannah, Georgia, so I'll probably just finish out the trip. We're getting crazy current pushing against us right now. We're only doing 4.6 knots, even though our boat speed is 6 knots. So the engines are working pretty hard. But hopefully that shifts soon and we'll get some current pushing us into Savannah and help us get there a little bit quicker. I got my trusty co-pilot here taking a nap, keeping me company, and yeah, keeping me warm with her blanket. All that water that rose overnight to get to the 8 feet of more water is now getting sucked back out into the ocean, and we have 1.5 knots pushing against us, which is why we're going so slow. I don't know if you can tell how fast that water is going, but it is moving. That's why you got to keep an eye out on the ICW. Just a whole tree stump hanging out in the water, not moving, right in the middle of the channel. Could have been bad. Just look at the water line difference. It's massive. It says 8 feet on the charts. And that looks even more than 8 feet there. It's crazy. We're only doing 4 knots and it looks like we're just creeping by these giant boulders right here. The Savannah River is pushing us back 2.5 knots. So we're just like creeping across, or jumping across the Savannah River to go into the south side to Herb River area. So we can anchor in there and then hopefully get off the boat and go do something even though it's raining out. We want to go to Planet Fitness and get a workout in since it's been, I don't know, a week now since we've got to go work out. And maybe just go get a bite to eat or something, stretch our legs, take the girls out, but it's nasty raining still, so hopefully it slows down a little bit. Our 4 knots got us out of the way of this container ship just in the nick of time.
So we just got to one of the bridges right before we'll be in Savannah, and there's construction happening and we're trying to call them to see if we can fit because it looks like a very tight squeeze.
I don't know how to say that. Costin Bluff, Samford, something.
So this is the bridge.
Varnado. They're doing construction right here. Oh.
And that is the space. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, hold on. There you go.
I don't know if you can tell, but we keep calling to ask if we can fit through.
Miss Southern. This is sailing vessel splash house over.
They aren't responding to us. Do we have like a horn? We could like.
Should be done in another hour or two if you want to wait, but there's plenty of room in there.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. I just wanted to make sure it was good with you before we did.
Yeah, we're studded down. You can walk through anytime.
You said you got plenty of room, but there's a little bit of a current coming through there.
You can push more left. Oh yeah, we're good. We have plenty of room. Plenty of room right, Keenan. Hey, push right. We brushed the pole slightly. We were trying to stay far away from the vessel, and then the current pushed us. We did hit the pole a little bit. We probably should have put out. We were touching it,
Yeah.
but probably should have put fenders out. We just didn't think about it. It was all happening kind of fast. They said that we could have waited an hour, but we did. We had plenty of room. If there wouldn't have been this current, it would have been no problem. But it looks fine. Just has some dirt on it now. Honey, you're so wet. You're so wet. Honey, look at me.
Time for you to go inside, okay?
Honey, look at me.
Thanks for coming back for more of our shenanigans, and we hope you continue to join us every Wednesday at 4 p.m. If you just can't get enough of us, we're also on all platforms posting short-form content, and our links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.